Reinako is a shy girl who's decided to reinvent herself in high school. She becomes friends with Mai, the most popular girl in school. But Mai wants more than just friendship. So begins a game where they have to decide, are they besties or girlfriends? We open on a girl eating lunch with her classmates. But honestly, it looks more like she's taking a pop quiz. The other girls are cracking up over some viral video they saw online. So our girl scrambles to find it on her phone, hoping to join in. But before she can even type it in, they've already moved on to talking about lunch. And she has no idea what they're even saying about the food. Then suddenly they're talking about seasonal colors. I don't even know how they made that jump. She can't take it anymore. She makes up an excuse and bolts. And where does she go? Come on, where does literally every anime protagonist go when they're overwhelmed? That's right, the school rooftop, it's always empty. But honestly, with how many anime characters go up there, it should be more crowded than the cafeteria. She's exhausted. She's starting to think this whole fake extrovert thing was a terrible idea. This is Renako, our main character, and this is her story. Back in middle school, she messed up. Her friends stopped talking to her. Meanwhile, her old elementary school friends were blowing up social media with their picture-perfect teen lives. Dating, hanging out, living their best Instagrammable lives. Renako knew she couldn't stay stuck, so she got to work. She literally googled how to be extroverted, chopped her hair, changed her wardrobe, and practiced smiling and small talk like it was a final exam. She enrolled in a high school where no one knew her, a fresh start. Even her older sister, Queen of the Extroverts, gave her the thumbs up. Renako was ready to change her life, and as if fate was cheering her on, guess who ended up in her class? Mai Ozuka, the most extroverted, stylish, effortlessly cool girl on the planet. Her mom's a famous fashion designer. She's a model, a celebrity, and yeah, she's loaded. She's basically a shiny Pokemon. Renako put all her training to the test and asked if they could be friends. Mai said sure without hesitation and added her to her squad of 3 other girls. But let's be real, Renako was the odd one out. The other girls had god-tier social skills. Renako was constantly playing catch-up, terrified of messing up again. And honestly, keeping up with them was exhausting. She's finally catching her breath in the rooftop breeze when suddenly Mai shows up. She sees Renako standing there and thinks she's about to jump. She panics, runs to stop her, and ends up scaring her so bad that she actually falls. Mai jumps after her and grabs her mid-fall, yelling that everything's gonna be fine because they've got plot armor on their side. And she's right, they land in a tree, terrified, shaking, but totally alive. Renako, still clinging to a branch, says she wasn't trying to jump. She just got startled and slipped. Now Mai feels awful for almost accidentally unaliving her new friend. Renako tries to cheer her up. She explains that she was on the roof because she's just not great at talking to people. Mai's shocked. She thought Renako was super outgoing. Renako admits she's trying, but her social battery dies fast, and it's hard to keep up with conversations. Now Mai feels even worse. She thinks Renako doesn't enjoy hanging out with her, but Renako reassures her she does like spending time with her. It's just hard work. Since Renako opened up, Mai decides to do the same. She says that because she comes from a privileged background, she feels like she always has to be perfect, like she has to earn her place. But deep down, she's scared no one really knows her. She's just projecting this perfect image. And this is the first time she's ever told anyone that. Renako, touched, says that if Mai is working hard to be real, then she'll do the same. She'll try harder to overcome her anxiety. Mai takes her hand and says she's really glad they met. They promise to be real friends, like actual friends, the kind who go to each other's kids' birthday parties someday. As a symbol of their new friendship, Renako gives Mai a copy of the rooftop key so they can eat lunch there together. Back in class, the other girls ask if Renako's okay, and she feels like she owes them an explanation, but Mai swoops in and saves her from the awkwardness. Renako realizes she's made a real friend, and honestly, she'd love for Mai to become her best friend. Too bad that dream lasts less than 24 hours. The next day, Mai confesses that she's fallen for her, like full-on romantic feelings. She wants Renako to be her girlfriend. Renako's stunned. She was just starting to feel like she had a real friend. And now this? Mai asks if she's into someone else or if there's another reason. Renako says no, it's not that. She just wanted a friend. And they've only known each other for 1 day. Isn't this a little fast? Mai agrees, but says that after opening up to Renako, she couldn't stop thinking about her, and she felt this weird fluttery feeling in her stomach, like butterflies, but weirder. That's when she knew she'd caught feelings. Renako tries to downplay it. She says all she did was listen. And honestly, she's not thrilled that Mai fell in love that fast. She tells her she only sees her as a friend. Mai smirks and says, nope, you like me as a girlfriend, remember? The worst gaslighting attempt in history. Renako stands her ground. She says it's not gonna happen. Mai asks, is it because you don't like girls? Renako pauses. She admits that Mai is really pretty, and if she's even thinking about it, then maybe it's not a hard no, but that's not the issue. Renako explains that what she really wants is a ride or die friend. Romantic relationships fall apart all the time. When that happens, you need friends to catch you. She doesn't have that, so dating would feel way too unstable. Honestly, super valid. She tells Mai she really does like her, but just as a friend. So Mai makes her an offer she can't refuse. One day they act like a couple, the next like beasties. They'll switch back and forth for a month. At the end, they'll decide what fits better. That night, Renako thinks it over while taking a bath. They'll do a 1-month trial. On girlfriend days, Mai will try to prove how amazing it would be to date her. On friend days, it's Renako's turn to show how awesome it is to just be close friends. She's not totally on board with the idea, but she's not giving up. Not when she finally has a shot at a real connection, especially with someone as cool and as rich as Mai. Meanwhile, Renako's older sister is brushing her teeth, listening to the whole dramatic monologue echoing from the bathroom. She sighs and thinks, yeah, at this rate, she's gonna scare off every friend she makes. It's been 3 days since the game started. They agreed to decide if it's a girlfriend day or a friend day based on Mai's hairstyle. If her hair's tied up, they're friends. If it's down, they're dating. The problem? Mai hasn't tied it up even once. Renako drags her into the bathroom and says, come on, seriously, you've gotta tie it up at least once. Mai shrugs and says she just likes it down. Plus, they already spent 2 whole months as friends, so now it's time to balance it out with girlfriend days. Fair's fair. She tries to get all flirty with Renako, but Renako reminds her they agreed couple stuff at school. Someone could see them. Mai doesn't care. She's still clinging to her like a koala. Renako finally snaps and asks, what do you even like about me anyway? Mai jokes, maybe I just like picking you up when you fall. Renako says she's being serious. She's not that desperate for attention. She's had enough. She tells Mai the truth. You're so spoiled you think everyone's just gonna go along with whatever you want. But if this is gonna work, you need to respect boundaries. Mai listens. And yeah, it's weird because everything really has gone her way so far. But that just makes her more determined not to give up. Renako kind of wants to crush her ego, but somehow that just makes Mai like her even more. Back in class, their friend Sena asks a random question. Would you rather date someone rich and ugly or hot and broke? Then she adds, actually, I just want someone who's kind. Renako thinks, if she had confessed to me instead, maybe I would have said yes. The rest of the squad shows up. There's Kaho, the tiny one with way too much energy and not enough brain cells, and Satsuki, the tall, serious, scary, smart one. They start making plans to go shopping after school. They invite Renako and she says yes, mostly out of guilt. She knows if she keeps turning them down, she might lose her new friends. Mai notices and steps in. She suggests they reschedule. Everyone needs to study for exams anyway. Renako tries to say goodbye, but Kaho stops her. What's going on with you and Mai? Renako swears nothing's going on. Mai grins and says, wow, denying me like that? Harsh. Everyone laughs like it's a joke. Kaho insists they've been giving each other those looks lately. Satsuki shuts it down, saying she's making people uncomfortable. Mai just smirks and says, well, you're not totally wrong. Then she starts getting handsy with Renako right there in the classroom, saying they've gotten a lot closer lately. Renako hopes it's just one of those extrovert jokes. You know, the kind that's funny until it's not. But here comes another one. After class, Mai drags her into a limo and takes her to a luxury hotel. Renako's like, Yukei Suaki, you said we were getting coffee. Mai says, yeah, there's a cafe with a pool. It's fancy. Renako expected a cute little coffee shop, not a rooftop bar at a 5-star resort. Mai says the drinks are amazing. Renako doesn't doubt it, but each one probably costs more than her monthly allowance. Mai tells her not to worry. It's free for members. That's why she bought Renako a membership. Mai asks her to swim a little. Renako says no, she came for coffee, not a pool party. Mai says the whole point of a pool cafe is to actually get in the pool. Renako gets it, but she's shy about changing in front of Mai, especially because she thinks Mai has a way better body. She finally agrees, but only because if they go swimming, Mai will have to tie up her hair. Renako thanks her for bringing her to such a fancy place. Mai says she's just happy to make her girlfriend smile. After coffee, Renako begs her, please just tie your hair up already. Mai agrees and leans in for a goodbye kiss. Renako almost gives in, but nope. She plays hard to get. If Mai wants a kiss, it's gonna take more than 3 days and a luxury membership. Mai backs off and settles for a kiss on the nose. Renako heads home, heart racing, but she's more determined than ever to prove that being best friends is better than being girlfriends.